Well, I've built quite a lot since the last episode, and I'm going to be telling you all about it. So the first thing new is these little flower beds over here. They're literally just some flower beds with some lighting. Next. um, so this is the main difference that you'll be noticing. I have built the queue line for Insanity. I've named it. I'm not quite sure if you've seen me name it in the last episode, but you have now. Either way, so literally, it's a very simple queue line. You come around here, some very annoying cattle pen queue lines that absolutely no one likes. More cattle pen, just around here and into the station, which is very plain. I don't do stations. You might have already noticed. I just find them absolutely pointless. And oh, you just had a little glimpse of the biggest difference, um, which is that, but I'll get onto that in a minute. So the next thing is this huge building over here, with this little very strange sort of octagon sort of strange shape, coming around the outside. Around the back here is the toilets and the staff building. Absolutely nothing inside it really. On the outside though, there is some posters with this lovely little flower bed outside here, and then this is a little place, like obviously just to cover up these little gaps over here. So the biggest difference you would have noticed is this ride or attraction over here. So it is literally the Insanity one. Please leave some names in the comments, because right now I need a new name, because this is called Insanity, this is called Insanity. I cannot have two rides in the exact same area called Insanity. So I need names, and the queue line is another cattle pen queue line. I'm sure everyone is going to be start moaning at me soon. Too much cattle pens. But anyway, got some nice path covering here. Took ages to do. But anyway, the queue line is very simple. So it just comes around here, goes all the way up here past this lovely little flower bed, round here, up the side here, round into this very sort of tight cattle pen queue line. This is my favourite bit of the queue line. Snacks Hut. I have never ever done one of these before. Um, Improvement is coming, don't worry. Next time I do one, it will be better. Absolutely nothing inside. It's literally, it's better than nothing. It's better than just a plain piece of grass with absolutely nothing on it. Anyway, we can forget about the snack shed. Once we come around here, it's literally into the ride with some fencing so you don't die. I'm just going to make sure that you actually do not die. Here, yep, no, absolutely fine. And you've probably already seen this. Probably wondering what it is. Well, it is my next roller coaster, which I'm going to be building in this episode. Might take me a couple days to add all the detail in and everything. However, I'll see you in an update in now. Okay, so I am now finished with part of this area. I'm going to walk you through this, but there's one last thing I want to say about this snacks thing. The reason, I know this is a bigger ride and everything, but the reason I didn't put one in here is because it probably won't be as busy, so the queues won't be as long, because the wear and tear is actually on 100% and the roller coaster is 49 years old, so it won't be as long because the ride won't be as good and it will be a little bit more run down. Whereas with this ride I added one in because the wear and tear is 0% and it's only 1 year old. So that's why I've put one in here. But anyway, I'm going to be showing you around here, and it is a Western theme that I'm going for with this ride. And last episode I did say that it was a stylized park, but that is just for this roller coaster. I've decided. Maybe for some of the roller coasters, maybe not all of them. So the queue line is a very long queue line. It took me about half an hour to put in all these fences. And then you come up here. And then here you choose whether you're going left or right. So for left, you literally just simply come over here. Had to place all these planks individually as well. And then you hop on just here. That is 100% not usable. You're not going to be able to use that. And then obviously getting off, you like this is not usable, but you just come around here, come over the top, look out in the station, and come back down here. So that is the station. I added this little lookout part here. And remember what I said in the first episode about it being what the guests can see. So there's no roof to this, and there's not like you can't. It's completely not usable. Like there's no path there or anything. And you might. Um, this took me. I know it's just a station, but the amount of detail and the amount of planks and everything that I had to put in, this took me about 2 hours to build, which is very surprising. And literally, that is pretty much it. But yeah, I need a rest now because this has taken about 2 hours and 30 minutes to build. The roller coaster about 15 minutes to build. Station about 2 hours to build, and then fences about half an hour to build. So yeah, I'm gonna have a break and then update you in a couple of minutes. Well, for me, it will be tomorrow. Okay, so I've now finished off the whole area for the Pioneer roller coaster. I've given it a name, Eagle Ridge roller coaster. That is a ChatGPT name. Because I really couldn't think of one, but if you've got any better ones, leave it in the comments. Still need names for this one. Leave names for this little ride here and leave it in the comments. For next episode, which I am actually going to be recording it straight after I upload this one, I'm going to have something. It's planned out, and you're going to need to go to the next episode if you want to figure out what it is. Still Western theme, by the way. But I'm going to have a path that goes out here, which goes to the new area, which I'm going to have put up on Sunday, I think. Either on Sunday or Saturday, maybe even later today, but I'm not sure. Where I'm going to be telling you what the next area is and everything. But anyway, back to the Eagle Ridge roller coaster. I've put in this little pathway. I'm going to go to this last, actually, because it is probably the most interesting, sorry. I've put in some terrain, and where it gets steep, I've added this little like rock texture as well to make it a little bit more realistic. And I figured out that this part here actually hit, so I deleted it and added scaffolding to make it not look unfinished. And then obviously right here it says out of service. Where you choose your size, that one's out of service because of the scaffolding. And just look, it's not finished at all. It's not meant to be like that though, because if it wasn't meant to be like that, I would have finished it. And with the queue line, I've put in just theming, not tons and tons of detailed theming. And then you've got the entrance here, no sign, because it wouldn't fit on a sign. But obviously you've got your height thing here, and then your wait time, which is about 2 hours. Although it is actually 47 minutes. The prestige is pretty low for this ride, whereas with this one, the prestige is almost at max. And then there is pretty much nothing anymore to tell you about, other than this here over here. Da, 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 da. So literally, you come round and you have got this little building over here. Maybe I might add some neon lights on these here. But literally, it's a very, very small pathway, because if you're over here, there's not actually going to be that much people going through that path. which I did think about, which is because you're not going to be going to this unless you're going on the ride, and if you're going on the ride, then you're going to be going in the queue, aren't you? So there's not going to be very many people, even if you're queuing here, still not very many people. So it didn't need to be too wide. Got a nice planter here, with all of the Western theming. And there's not really much more to talk about other than this little bit over here. Now, I just wanted to add a little bit of more like sort of scenery to the park, because right now the scenery rating's only at 151, so I wanted to up that a little bit, maybe get a few more people into the park, and generally just I wanted to add something over here, because the ride areas that I build, I'm not good with ride areas, so I actually just wanted to add something like this around as well. And the last thing is this maintenance area. Literally, probably the most plain thing anyone has ever seen, with this maintenance bay here. It's not really maintenance, it's just a little switch track. If you are trying to either fix this, like, basically, if you're trying to fix the brakes, if there's something wrong with the brakes, or if you're taking apart this part because you need to replace it with some new track, then you can literally just slide it over here like what they've done with this. And yeah, and if you're wondering why it's a different colour, it's because this roller coaster is 7 years old. And what I wanted was for when it was open, for it to have yellow track, and more red supports. I know it does have red supports, but you get what I mean. And it has had a repaint since then to brown to fit the western area a little bit better. Because originally this was a different themed area. I have not thought of it yet, but this ride has basically got a bit of a storyline for its history, not the actual theme. And it was yellow. And they never really use this. So I'm keeping that there. Basically, to simplify it all just a little bit more, it's had a repaint since then because the whole area has had a different theme, but they basically just haven't bothered to repaint the switch track because this track is never used. It's just to show that it's a switch track for this ride. But yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. I'm going to add just a little tree thing over here just before the next episode, which you might see in the next episode, which will be coming out tomorrow or later today. But I'm going to be building something which you'll have to go and check out in the next episode. But anyway, I'm going to end the video here, so I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!